Peace, so this is a note to self in the most high expression of being able to expound upon thought. Cause there's times where I'm making videos, but I've also realized just through the process of like self-expression, seeing your own self reflected back to you. Like this is one of the closest ways to be able to see myself as another person and just learn my own thought and expound upon, like, even outside of my own self-expression or self-realization or self-progression or anything to do with internalization of self, our realization of self, our evolution of self. I mean, even outside of that, just this is also used as a way to like take a thought and expound upon it and build upon it in the most fleshed out way. Like basically, I'm saying like I could write in a diary, for example, but if I take a video and I'm recording myself and speaking into it, like this is the most advanced way I can take something and build upon it and like interact with myself and just like build a relationship with self and flesh out like any thought or idea or just thing I'm feeling, right? And it's kind of like a self diary, but times nine is what I'm getting at. And it's not just a self diary; it's like a self diary combined with like you get what I'm trying to say. But so with that being said, the note to self is that I am the one who has to save myself, and all the energy that I'm given within any spirit that gives me the motivation to externalize my energy and giving my energy to someone else to try to motivate them to do anything that I have to do for myself. Like, I'm not here to save anyone else, and everyone's in their own journey, in their own reality, with their own destiny. It is not for me to force anything into anyone else's reality, or to push anything onto anyone else, or to bring anyone out of their state. It's up to them to they themselves seek healing when they are ready, or seek that state, and then you be the one to offer it. Like a teacher isn't someone who goes and looks for a student. A student is someone who looks for a teacher. On a spiritual level, you don't sit here and force your frequency upon anyone else. Even if you feel like you know what's best, even if you see them in a state of suffering, of sickness, from a lack of awareness, a lack of knowledge, a lack of just from a state of ignorance, and ignorance meaning literally a lack of knowing, not ignorance in the state of, oh, he's ignorant, because that's a different word entirely that we put into that energy of the initial meaning of ignorance. So they're in an ignorant state of consciousness of just a lack of awareness, in the sense of we'll all be suffering from the same thing, from all these toxins we're intaking into our system, from the main medium being what they call food, which is you just taking toxins and putting them in your mouth, so it's the most direct form. But then there's many other ways we're also taking on toxins. And then it's also all just toxic energy and dis-ease, right? So it's not even just about eating toxic energy or being around a toxin, like, oh, toxins in the air or toxins that you're taking in any form, right? Toxins around radiation, let's say, or just, you get what I'm saying? It's not just that. It's all toxic energy. So radiation would be an example of that. So that was kind of on par. But what I'm getting at is it's the same of if you're around someone who's super abusive, all that horrible energy will literally ripple into your whole body and affect you on the deepest of levels. Chemically, mentally, physically. People get sick just from being around horrible toxic energy in the environment. And not toxic in the form of, again, like actual toxins. I'm talking like someone who's abusive, going home and or working a job that makes you so miserable, you manifest a sickness, because it's energy. It's dis-ease. Dis-ease comes from the opposite of ease. Anything that's dis is the opposite of that thing. Dissonance, distance, this, dissect. Like you see anything that has a like die like this, it's always like down, like descension, disconnection, opposed to connection. But yeah, so what I'm getting at though is the state I get into that I've been in ever since my initial awakening, that will have me have a spirit happen to me to pull all my energy outside myself from being in an already corrupted state within my body, probably connected to whatever's happening in my gut, to where my whole physical state in my body is like a twisted up, weird state where I'm not able to fully function within my body in the way like I was used to, or that I'm used to. Like I'm here as myself within my body, which is all twisted up, and it's a manifestation of my gut is sick, but that's just a manifestation of something like deeply wrong in the body that manifested in that localized area, but it will be just the same of if it manifests anywhere else. You feel me? And so I'm saying that you would think that your physical health doesn't tie into your personality, your behavior, the way you're acting. Everything is way more deeply rooted. And they will never want you to know that because, again, the food industry will lose a lot of money if you start connecting all the food to your behavior and a lot of the violence and aggression that a lot of people are in. And like, for example, alcohol and all these horrible toxins. Like, for example, junk food, another word for junk would be toxic, right? What's a toxic person? All these toxins we're intaking, it's all toxic energy, but you can intake energy in the form of all these solids too. So toxic energy in drinking would be a bunch of alcohol, which is a toxin, right? A poison to the liver. Alcohol is like literally a toxin that people just drink. Like it's literally a poison that people know is, and then you just drink it. But I'm saying like all it is manifestations of toxic energy vibrating slow enough to manifest into the frequency it vibrates at to be that thing within the physical. So alcohol is toxic energy vibrating within the liquid realm at whatever frequency it's at to manifest as whatever alcohol it is. Liquor, beer, all these different forms of that liquid. You feel me? So, toxins in general, manifested into toxic energy around you, is the cause of all our dis-ease. Okay, it's literally in the word. Ease, dis-ease. Nature and everything in its natural state, there was never dis-ease. Dis-ease comes from ease. The natural state is nature. In nature, it's alkaline. No dis-ease, no acidity, no sickness, no mucus. The natural state is health. You become unhealthy. You get what I'm saying? The natural state is ease. You become dis-ease. You get what I'm saying? The natural state is to be pure. You become corrupted. You get what I'm saying? The natural state is truth. You have to make up a lie about the truth, using the truth to do it, because all lies contain truth. Just flipped on its head. You get what I'm saying? That's why in their Greek god story, it's the idea of this thing called a giant humanoid-looking being with the ability to control the elements and nature and all of energy that created humans, but they whitewash it and mixed up into all these lies. But it's giving you in your soul a piece of what really took place on this planet, just like they do everything else, to where they tell you the truth, but you think it's a lie or fantasy or something just in the back of your mind and not pay attention to. Like when that ad comes on TV talking about some random shit and you'll laugh about it and it really is containing truth. Or just some random thing in the movie. Or something that everyone knows that's common sense that the elders used to say, that then you take for granted that everyone used to know was true. Like when they say eat your greens, eat your vegetables, but when we say it like that, it makes it sound like some physical health shit. And we're using their titles of what they call the plants to strip you away from the deeper connection to what's behind the energy within the vegetables or the plants and the fruits, to where why it's even like that to begin with, of what's pulling your soul to it within healing. We're so blinded. We think ginger ale. We're over here guggling down soda. People get their kids ginger ale. You know who created that propaganda? The soda company, ginger ale. That's how backwards we are. No, like literally, people are grabbing soda when they feel sick and wondering why they're getting sicker and sicker. And then you'll take medicine and it might make the sickness go away physically, how you feel. But the sickness is still developing in your body from all the toxins, and it's going to manifest as a way more serious illness down the line because the illness itself was never addressed. And then you're stuffing all these medications that release chemicals in your body. That's all they're doing. They're chemical releasers to numb you. All pills do is a capsule or container of chemicals that they put in the body to numb the feelings of the shit that's still going on in your body. So I'm saying it's still taking place underneath the surface. And you're going to have to face the reality of that sickness sooner or later, which is what's taking place with I and everyone around I. Except I am actually aware of it, and I'm taking it head on. It's just that by the time I woke up, I already had 15 years of horrible eating. And then, ever since I woke up, I still never stopped fully eating it. So it's a back and forth to where I'll heal through the fruits. But I already ate the toxins 15 years of my life, and I never fully kicked it. So I'm still, you get what I'm saying? Like I still been eating it. Even though I woke up, so I have periods of finally getting cleansed from it for the first time ever in my life. But if I'm only getting cleansed from it for a week or two, and then re-eating it again, and then I ate it my whole life prior to waking up, it's like 90% of it is within the toxic realm. So my body has a buildup of all these toxins. But it's crazy because as soon as I went to go step in my nature, it's healing me deeper than medicine ever did in my life. It like goes directly into my body. It's like my whole body's breathing. My body's taking a deep breath. When I go outside in my fresh air and put my feet in the soil, it's like it's getting into my body and pulling everything out, cleansing the whole toxic state, the whole sick state my body's within. And I'm saying that all I did was, through the real reality I'm experiencing and being in that same sick state, I then see my sister in an hour later. I reached out like I have dozens of times before. So I'm saying this is going to be one of the last. If not, if I can, I'll make it the last. But I have the will to do it because I literally have like a pull on my soul to feel a pull to like want it to like have to speak. And like if I see you throwing up and you're sick and I just went outside from being in nature and it healed me from the same thing you're suffering from, deeper than any medicine, deeper than anything we've been told, and it's right out there, outside of your door. Like, of course I'm going to try, even though I knew she was going to ignore me. So my point is, from this moment, and just in general, but from this moment forward, and it's been like this, where I've been trying to get to a state outside of eating the bullshit. So once I eat the bullshit, anything I'm saying right now, anything I'm pulling myself together, it's like I'm picking the pieces up right now, pulling myself together, cleansing my mind, my soul, my body. But if I go and eat the bullshit, I completely break apart and fall into a sunken reality. And so that's why it's like I'll black out and then I just completely go off on anything I'm trying to build on my journey if it is that I relapse, because I fall into a sunken state within the spell. And it's like I gotta reawaken my soul every time I re-cleanse from the man-made food and start healing my soul again and healing myself, you feel me? But so, within that energy, you feel that's exactly what I gotta do above all, which is heal my own self, because I'm not even on the state, my own self. Like, I'll overextend my energy and put it outward and worry about trying to help Alicia or help someone else by giving them the energy of the reality that's literally healing I from the same thing they're suffering from. That I want them to tune in with so they can feel good and get instant relief and get out of that sick state that they don't realize they don't have to be in. Because there's a really easy solution right outside that God made, the real God, that their Bibles try to grasp of, but never really get close to. And I'm trying to tune her in, but all I did was, as I've been doing, externalize my energy, overexert my energy, and I felt drained. I stepped outside myself to extend my hand, just to feel energetically drained, because it's all life force, it's all energy. So I'm commenting on how I literally feel, not being over dramatic. It's an energy shift. It's an energy transfer. I walked up and felt a spirit to try to speak on a divine motivation to help her try to tap into something, just for her to be in an ignorant state, like I already expected her to be, and just be an energy vacuum to drain all my energy and take it and not really do anything with it. Meanwhile, before I went to go up there to talk to them, I was inside myself, building up my energy a lot more, focused on myself. So it's like when I talk outside and I do anything externally, I'm using the energy I built up in myself. It's like a meter, like an energy meter. I gotta build up the charge. And when I hop on video, or I'm talking, or I'm channeling, or I'm creating something, or I go to talk to someone or do something that's taking up that energy, you feel me? It's requiring life force, you feel me? But so word. I'm gonna go tap in and go back outside because I feel a wave of nauseousness. I'm over here healing my own sickness, got my own body to heal. I'm over here worrying about trying to tap into other people who've been asleep and never resonated with anything I've said at all. So what do you think's going to change now? And the truth is, everyone has their own destiny within what's meant for them, within their energy that's happening within their reality. So who knows? They might not meant to be wake up. They might not be meant to wake up is what I meant. I'm over here twisting my words. Like, waking up might not be meant for them, you feel me? Not even that, it's like I'm not there to go into their reality when they're just alive like me, and I was living my reality, not for anyone else to go into me, to live my body and my life for me. They gotta live their life and lead their life. Like, you feel me? Their timeline's different. They might still be meant to do whatever they're meant to do, and it's not meant for me to interrupt that process, that divine process, to where I don't see the bigger picture. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, everyone's in their place in their journey, and it's not for me to go into them to try to prematurely advance them or tap them in or force the energy onto them, because I don't even know what that's going to come with the repercussions of. They have to be the ones to want to tap into that their own self. You feel me? Because tapping into the journey I'm tapping into is a very deep, very deep, like, if you're not ready for it, like, you feel me? This isn't for the faint of heart. This isn't for anyone to just, especially when it goes to trying to actually heal with fruits and plants and play with, like, what they would call your diet. Even though all the food and the way we're programmed is an illusion, our bodies run on it, and we ate it for so long. That's a very serious thing that can affect your whole health and have serious consequences. So all of this, it's like, you gotta really be serious about this. And I can't be the one to force anyone else to tap into it. They gotta be the one to find it their own self. And I'll be here on that frequency, already very advanced, very wise, very knowledgeable, and able to, through my own experience of already being here, for the new souls who are getting here now and in the years to come, I'll see myself in them just starting on this journey, and then I'll be here ready for whenever they're finally ready to open their minds, raise their awareness, tap into the things that can heal them as soon as they're ready, way deeper than any of those man-made medicines can. Y'all are trusting the same system that made y'all sick to begin with. The same medicine companies, hospitals, big pharma, that same company is ran and brothers and in bed with the big food industry that got you sick to begin with. All those medicines are made from oils and chemicals from all these horrible toxins as well. Like, the whole shit is one big scam. You feel me? Like, they're duping us all and profiting off our sickness. You feel me? But even though, again, I'm tapped in, I'm aware. It's like, I'm aware, but I'm not even doing it in my own reality as far as fully healing myself. I'm mentally aware and in my soul aware, but in my actual reality here, I haven't even broken free from the food myself. But even deeper than that, it's like, even though I'm the one who's aware, it doesn't mean that I'm here to go into other people's reality when it's a delicate process of their energy is a result of all the things that they created from their actions and their reality, and everything has a ripple effect. So if I try to go into their reality and alter shit for them, I'm taking upon all of their energy in their life, and I already got to heal myself. I'm opening myself up and going into all these other people's energies when I have to heal myself. And the thing is, it's not my choice. It's the state that I got into from my body being so corrupted and twisted up, and because my body is connected to everything else. So it's not my body, it's my body influencing my mind, influencing everything else I experience through this realm, right? Because my vessel is my ability to interface with this reality here. So I'm the soul in this body, but as soon as I come into this reality, my whole experience here is dictated by the state my body is in. And because my body has been so unhealthy, diseased, twisted up, my gut's all rotten and twisted up, it's like the way my gut feels, how horrible it feels, it has to be having an effect on my mind beyond what I think. Anything I'm saying now, it's times 3. So it's even more than I think. Like, I'm trying to get my whole body healed. But then it's like hard because I ate this food my whole life, and I'll come in this house, and then it's like a low energy, the phone, the technology, the cold, being stuck. Like, everything is designed to have the energy held down to where you're trapped in this low energy environment, to have all these influences around you to drain our energy, to keep us out of nature, to keep us out of a state to where we feel good and connected to the real energy of life, the ether in the air, the energy of life that I be feeling when it's hot and I'm in the sun and I want to stay outside and I don't want to even touch these man-made foods. Like, it's all an energy thing. And it's like, I'm saying, like, if I was in a high energy environment with like 10 carbonated beings, Black and Latino, aware, alike minds, all passing a bong out in the woods meditating, and it's hot, warm, it's like we wouldn't even be thinking about any of this man-made food. And the day would go by, it would be like 3 days in the span of like 5 hours. That's how it would feel. Get what I'm saying? That's all an energy thing. So the energy be low in these cities and towns, because the energy that they allow to come into these cities and towns is very blocked off. That's what energetic light code lockdown is. They trap and block off all the energies that are beaming in from the cosmos, and they only let a very small amount of energy beam into its realm. And it trickles all the way down into this 3D, which is slow vibrating energy. So the energy is coming from higher energy, from higher realms. That's what the sun is. The sun is beaming down all this plasma energy that then manifests into the planet around you, the plants around you. The energy becomes everything around you, but they're doing so much to destroy the energy down here and block off all the energy coming from the real life. Nature is the thing that has that real life in it. That's what you feel when you step outside in the air. That air isn't coming from anything of these concrete jungles, the city that's depriving from the air. That air, that energy in the air, that real life feeling is coming from all the energy that's the real life in nature, which is coming from the sources of real energy that's sustaining this whole system. But then my mom, my human being mother, made in the image of my species, a physical being programmed by this system in this physical world, will be like, you're psycho, you're tripping, when I say that your house is built on my soil. I'm entitled to the whole land around us. I should be able to live on my planet. This is my planet, and I am the species of this planet. So she should watch herself within her ego to speak to me within her physical program of thinking we're all human beings in this ego earth world, because that's a fake reality. We live on planet Kai. I'm a soul. I come from nature. This system is a very recent thing carved on my nature, and there's lots of karma coming for this system. And if she wants to align herself, which she has, and step in the way of that system, you're going to go down with that system, because it's a parasitical, artificial system that's a tumor to the real thing that my planet is, which is nature. So nature is, once again, rising above. It's just growing over this temporary artificial thing that was built on top of it. Nature is just regrowing, it's re-reaching, it's re-sprouting. This planet is returning to that which it once was. One giant jungle with 2 suns, lots and lots of heat. A plant planet. This realm is Atlantis, and the planet is planet Kai. This is a planet consisting of 9 planes. And this plane is Atlantis within planet Kai. I say that because when I speak on that frequency, I'm summoning that divine ancient energy to speak upon the buried truths of what still remains on this planet of my people. The divine energies that are still here, that are seeking vengeance, that have been waiting for their time. Y'all just built on top of this system. I mean, y'all system have just built on top of our planet. But all the energies of us and my ancestors are still here. Waiting. And now it's been that divine time. It started in 2020. Their man-made year of 2020. That's when light code lockdown started breaking down. So they had to put you on physical lockdown. Because what corona means crown of the sun. They were speaking in codes. Again, in 2020, that's when the light code lockdown started breaking down on the planet, and the energy started pouring in from the sun, pouring in from the cosmos, and the divine species of the indigenous beings on this planet that are connected to the cosmos and connected to the sun and have the genetics to receive the energy from the cosmos. We started receiving that energy and waking up, being reminded, because we're just in a sleep state, descendants of the divine beings that once walked this planet. So-called blacks and Latinos are the descendants of those divine beings that once walked this planet, and we're still those divine beings. It's just locked deep within our genetics, and that's why they've done so much to oppress us, to keep it buried within us. They wanted to keep all them genetics locked within us. And that's why when this energy started coming to the planet in 2020, that was the real point of that hot sauce 19. I can't say the word because they'll strike the video down. Those shots, I ain't talking alcohol. Because they got us all thinking we're human beings, so the regular white people and the human beings will go take that shot, and it won't really do too much. It might make them sick. But for us, it was meant to lock our genetics. That's why they made it so fast, and they were scrambling that fast. You ain't never seen them make a quote-unquote facts scene, like a scene of facts. I ain't saying whatever word y'all think I'm saying, wink, wink. You ain't never seen them make a facts scene, like a scene of facts. You get the word I'm trying to say, but I'm not trying to say it for those people watching the video. Because I don't need y'all taking down the video with y'all oppressive regime, where we can't even talk about a word, because y'all that scared of the truth being exposed. That's how you know someone's hiding something, when they don't even let you talk about it. What we were saying was all conspiracy theory. Why y'all strike every video talking about coronavirus? Can't even say the word, because it's going to monitor in the system. You know, the whole pandemic, the whole shit that they never officially got on news and said was over. we just made over ourselves. We're the ones who made lockdown stop after we started rioting for George Floyd. They just never said anything. It was kind of like a unspoken lift of the lockdown because we just all started going back outside. They saw how we beasted up. They saw the Kundalini energy, how it sparked. Because where did they do that to George Floyd? On the soil, on the pavement. So that energy rippled through the ground. And so all the indigenous beings and even the human beings everywhere on the planet, that's why the whole planet sparked up in revolution like that. They were rioting in Italy, in Germany, by the millions. And they didn't put it on the news. All over some George Floyd. Over some Black Lives Matter. And that was one of the initial energies of the Kundalini energy sparking on this planet. Then after that, what'd you see? December 21st, 2020, 2 suns in the sky. What we see in many of the events, they talked about Blackfoot 9-foot aliens. Hundreds of police cars pulled up in Miami. 9-foot black. They said there were aliens. They didn't look like, it just looked like these super tall, dark black figures. And they just started teleporting through the mall. They weren't even walking. At one point, the way the people described it, they said at one point they were 100 feet away. They didn't move. They just disappeared and reappeared and they were closer. Disappeared and reappeared and they were closer. And all they said were they were like these 9-foot, 11-foot tall black aliens. Black figures. There's been a bunch of things that have taken place since 2020. You saw all these people before 2020 and even leading up to 20 talking about Pizzagate, talking about how all the people running this world are and all in participant of the deepest sex trafficking ring and human trafficking ring we've ever seen taking place on the planet. And they were all conspiracy theories. All those people were crazy, right? Now look, you see the Epstein files being released, and that's the literal tip of the iceberg. You saw Diddy being locked up, and he was just a puppet. He was just a gatekeeper. They have many of them. They'll put people in positions of power who are gatekeepers, who are really there to, what's the word? Break in any of the people who want to join. Like any of your new celebrities, especially the men. The gatekeepers are there to break them in, and you get what I'm saying? Like the gatekeepers are the ones that are there to look out for quote-unquote new talent. All your new actors, celebrities, rappers. They'll have gatekeepers like Jay-Z. They'll be the ones at these parties. Going all around the party, talking to all these people. Keeping an eye on people. Seeing which ones they want to bring behind closed doors and see if they want to take that oath. And so y'all get what I mean by they be breaking them in. Especially the men. The woman too. And the woman, it's fucked because with the woman, it's always been what it was, which is just like they get used as pure sex objects. And that's why you'll see all these female rappers, they turn to all that sexual energy. Y'all don't even know where that's really coming from. One, they're being paid and told by the labels to push that, and two, the women are being used and I'm sorry to say this, but they're being beyond sexually abused. All those rich white label executives,
for all these female rappers and a lot of these, especially Black Latino women, even to be doctors, lawyers, even just your basic roles in this matrix. Like, there's so much foul shit that goes on. And one of my human being friends, you feel me? One of my homies I used to chill with, he confirmed that. Because he was talking about shit that someone was trying to get him to do just to get promoted for a quick check job. So that confirmed that everything we ever heard about all your rappers, that shit we heard about Meek Mill, that shit's true. And it's beyond just for the rappers, it's for, and especially for the women. The women they be being forced to do all types of horrible shit just to get where they're at in this system. And then they just have to sit with that on their soul. You feel me? But enough of all this shit. All this shit needs to be exposed. And with that being said, though, back to the